Morning, Bill.
Good morning. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. What about you today?
I didn't get to go on my walk because it's raining, which is a bit of a bummer because I've been walking almost daily, which is pretty solid and fun. So happy for rain, but bummed that I don't get to do my routine. So still got up, sat on the front porch on the swing, and listened to some stoicism stuff, and just kind of enjoyed the morning, which was nice. But yeah, man. How about you?
Same, same. I've got the school today, so I don't have time to go right after this
That's right.
to go on my walk. So I'm probably gonna do it later afternoon. Good news is it'll be cooled off, so I don't have to worry about the heat.
Yeah, hopefully. Um, excuse
I'll walk
me.
in the rain if I have to. I'm not worried about that.
I normally wouldn't be either, but I knew we were going to do this, and I might not have time for a shower between a walk before this and this. So I'm sure I'll be out at some point today. How was yesterday for you, Bill?
It's good. It's good. I had a busy day. Got some good stuff done. Nothing really got in my way. Had a good call with Lila Smith, and was talking to her about kind of the one of the major challenges she has is she's very very high productive person, but she's still kind of she struggles with exactly where she's headed. Like I don't know exactly. I know I like to help people do this type of thing, but I basically take on any type of job that involves something that I can help them with. So we were trying to get her a little bit clearer, straighter path so that she could chase some of her dreams. So that was a good, fun call to do. What else did we do yesterday? You know, um, Michelle, good morning. That's pretty much it.
Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah. What about you? What did you do yesterday?
I miss being able to see the chat.
I
Um,
know.
I had a really good call with another book person who actually works or used to work for the company that I talked to before. So I got some interesting lowdown on the other company,
Yeah.
including the person who like runs the whole thing. So that was interesting. She was awesome. Uh, we kind of talked about the things that I was working on, and she was really, really excited. She sent me an NDA, and I was like, I don't really know that we need an NDA. And she goes, you know, don't be just like sending your stuff to like everybody. And I was
Right.
like, well, I mean, I'm not just sending it to like everybody, but I also just don't think that most people are going to put in the work to like actually rip me off because I don't think that there's anything worth ripping off in this pile of words. But yeah, so she was excited about the story, has done this before. So I've had a conversation with like a person and a company, and I've got one more person who's like a coach who does this. So I'm going to talk to them, and then I'll kind of make a decision about which way I'm going to go.
Okay. Cool.
She talked a lot about like self-publishing the first book to kind of get it out and see like what I can do on my own, because then if I continue to write and write more stuff, then what happens is a publisher might come along and be like, cool, you did this on your own, we want to work with you, and we also want to buy the rights to the old one, and then it gets re-released, and just stuff that I didn't really like understand how all that works. So that was exciting and gave me hope, because I was like, I don't want to be a year and a half from doing something with this thing. I'll get incredibly unmotivated and probably get frustrated by that. So we might do like the quicker self-published route, just that way we can have it and then can kind of go from there. I don't know. I'm still working through it.
Yep. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think self-publishing gets a bad rap. I'm not really sure why. I guess just because you're not with, a big publishing house. But
The thing that I have some very specific things that I would like in something that's going to have my name on it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I was talking to Melissa, and I was like, I'd really like a hardcover kind of like field manual style book, so like the right kind of sizing and stuff like that, so you can carry it around. And she was like, well, aren't you getting fancy? And I'm like, well, a little bit, I mean, I don't know that that's bad, but yeah. So I had a really good conversation with him. We had office hours yesterday. Matt was in there. He's got some cool opportunities in front of him, but he's also thinking about not doing either one of those things and going out on his own. So we kind of talked through that process, his motivations, and what's going to get him to where he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And then just did a lot of blocking and tackling. Michael Wilson is going to be doing some work with me as we're going to like kind of fill out his process and look at his messaging and stuff like that. Starting to have some conversations about this COO salesperson deal. So got a couple of really solid looking candidates for that, and it's still really early. And yeah, man, this is going to be an odd Wednesday because my coach is out of town, so I don't have the normal like morning gauntlet of things before I can be productive. So I'm going to get a lot done because my schedule's also light today. So
that's nice.
We had some, we had some frustrations yesterday with school stuff. So what might happen is I might be kind of working, I guess, like a little shallower, so that way I can pop out and help. Just like frustrations and nerves and new stuff. So being more available for that is probably worthy. And I need to get on my asks about Sales Lab because I need to do 100 asks this week. And you know how many I've done? 2.
Okay.
So yeah, I need to spend some time working on that, and that's something I can do kind of like handheld, bite size while I'm helping Alice and stuff like that. So that's the plan there. And you're going to be in school all day, man. I might be in school all day too.
That's right. That's what we can do tomorrow. Is we can talk about how school went. Yeah, it's just homeschool is a glorious thing, but it's got its own challenges. That's for sure.
For sure, right? And the thing, Melissa and I were talking about this yesterday because I'm much more of the opinion that you need to know where to go find the information other than, and not just that you need to have it memorized, because some people just don't have good recall. That doesn't make them not intelligent, and you can't find a way to get someone intrinsically motivated to spend the time to get good recall around a topic. Then it just empower them to go find the information out, right? I mean, you need to know how to think and not necessarily know the answer. So Melissa and I were kind of talking through that kind of stuff, and because we both have pretty decently good recall, and we're both kind of good at math, and Melissa's better than me. And so when we're trying to coach Alice, it is the hardest thing on the planet because it's like you have kids, you know what this is like. It's like, how do you not understand that 7 groups of 3 is 21? Like, it just makes sense, So some of that stuff's really hard to work with kids on because, you've never done it before. Or taught it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Scaling is a huge word in our community because not only is every grade level different, every kid's different, which is one of the reasons we're in homeschool. Is because for the first thing you said was we want our kids to know how to learn, and we feel like the school system fails a lot of people that way. It doesn't teach them how to memorize a lot of times instead of go figure it out. And then there is no scaling in public school. It's really hard just because of the numbers. Whereas I can meet my kid right where they're at, and go, this is challenging for you. Okay, let's spend a little time on it then, and they don't get behind per se. So it's a really, really interesting journey and self-discovery too. When you're trying to teach someone that's yours, that you're like, gosh, but you're so smart. Why don't you get this? well, because she's 8. That's why.
Yeah. The joke that I make is that I can take the most uncoordinated American adult who's never done like a martial art ever, and I will gladly teach them like the foundational components of like Wing Chun over and over and over and over and over until they get it. But man, when my daughter is like, I just don't understand what 6 times 4 equal, and I'm just like, it's hard. It's so difficult.
That's just such a huge like testament to mindset, right?
For sure, and the cool thing about her school is that like she's technically not homeschooling; it's just like distance schooling. But they're doing this really kind of cool thing that comes from like homeschooling of just like asynchronous learning, right? So they've got sessions in the morning and in the evening, and you come in and you catch up on stuff whenever you need it. But they're actually treating it very homeschool-ish as opposed to just making her sit in front of a laptop for time check-ins and doing the kind of bell schedule thing and all that.
Right.
So they're doing a pretty solid job with this whole thing. So I'm excited about that, but there are some hurdles and frustrations are going to happen, and I've got a light day.
Cool. Well, so you got school today. What else are you going to be working on?
I have a chat with a guy named John who's really big in the real estate space. He had a bunch of marketing ideas and video stuff. He's like kind of like a videographer, and had really great ideas for real estate, and no one wanted them. So he decided to just take them on his own and got his real estate license, and now does like a bunch of like drone footage and photography and videography for his houses and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about the real estate stuff and the challenges there as we're trying to get more and more into the real estate focus.
Okay.
Who you saluting at over there, Bill?
Levi came in. What's up?
Levi was not in office hours yesterday, but that's all right.
That's all right. Maybe he'll be
probably.
Maybe I'll pop in. Maybe we'll finally meet.
Yeah, tomorrow morning role plays. We're going to be doing referral asks. How do you ask for better referrals? Very specifically. But yeah, man.
So Levi says, I think that memorizing multiplication tables is kind of learning how to think. It kind of is. I mean, you could do them flashcard style and just know the answers, but there's also a cool thing in there where you start understanding how they connect and you start learning how things connect.
So but then my question becomes, because like I've read a little bit about this. I'm not the best expert, but the contradiction to that idea is when we look at really high level mathematics, and the things that are important for like engineers and stuff like that, and when we look at the people who make up the people who are operating at that level, most of them are not coming from like at least an elementary American-based school system, right? So they're learning about math and these things differently. And when we look at the population of people that are capable of thought at that level, it's usually people who weren't raised in the system that we've been running on for the past 40 years.
Right.
So while I agree that there is like a method to learning, and like 7 groups of 3 is the same as 3 groups of 7 and stuff like this, the whole like 1 minute to do as many multiplication tests or problems that you can, I don't really think reinforces the things that are important about that. But then again, I'm not an educator, so I get to have these opinions and not have any research or data behind them. Just my opinions.
Yep, for sure. Yep, and then like we said, each kid is going a little bit different way that they retain anyway. So that race to 60 seconds might work really well for one kid and horribly for another kid. So
yep. Like I love that, right? Like, I mean, I get to raise my hand first whenever I knock them all out, and and get that huge like self stroke and everything else like this. But it's also intimidating, right? If you're not the first person, you don't want to be the last person, and that's all you're focused on. And self one shows up and takes you completely out of the game. And I mean, all these things are very, very real, right? And when you put a time limit on things like that, and you heap all this pressure on because you turn it into a contest, you're in my opinion, like removing any chance to get like flow out of it, right? Because it's like the detriments of flow states.
You're speaking to the D's. They're like, I want it. But you've got the IS and C's in the room too. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, man, it's 8. You need to probably go, because in Texas, if there's a stiff breeze and a conversation about rain within 40 miles, everyone drives half as fast.
Yes, and it's actually raining where I'm at, so
yeah,
it'll be fun. All right, cool. Well, good checking in, Levi, Michelle, anybody else who's out there right now. Good to see y'all today.
Thanks, everybody.
Let's go do some
Y'all
school,
the best. Right? Yeah, you seem real fired up, Bill.
I just haven't had my coffee yet, so I'm just like here.
That's fair.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
So, see you, Bill. Have a good day.